How did he get those scars? More than 10 years after Batman, The Dark Knight showed Heath Ledger's Joker to the world, the mystery surrounding the character's origin remains. At that time, numerous theories existed, but one of them was constantly cited, albeit often oversimplified. Christopher Nolan's film remains the pinnacle of superhero cinema, having changed the way these types of films were viewed artistically, popularizing the style of gritty realism as popcorn entertainment. Above all, it's a great movie. There are many reasons for its legacy, but at a basic level, the standout aspect has to be Heath Ledger's Joker. His take on the clown prince of crime is now the definitive example not only for superhero villains, but for antagonists in general. Landa, Loki, Kylo Ren, Killmonger. Any great modern villain will inevitably draw comparisons to Ledger's performance. Unlike villains like Darth Vader or Hannibal, who had prequels that retroactively attempted to explain how these souls became corrupted, Ledger's Joker's origin never had any explanation. In fact, this is a key part of his version of the character. Throughout the film, the Joker asks, "Do you want to know how I got these scars?" Each time giving a different story, while playing with his victims and exposing his fears. The criminal Gambol hears about domestic violence, Rachel, about unrequited love. As in The Killing Joke, Nolan's Joker seems to adhere to the idea that if I'm going to have a past, I prefer it to be multiple choice. There is no past to tell. He has no fingerprints, no nicknames, no history of any kind. In the universe of the Dark Knight trilogy, it's as if the Joker simply exists, with the closest we've come to an origin story appearing at the end of Batman Begins, when Gordon discusses the inevitable crime escalation caused by Batman's arrival in Gotham, citing the Joker as the first of a new wave of criminals. And that aspect, teased long before Heath Ledger was cast, is key to this interpretation. One that, unlike a lonely slave or tortured boy, actually enhances our reading of the character. The Joker from The Dark Knight was a product of the 2000s. Batman, The Dark Knight may have an influence that can still be felt today, but he is undoubtedly a product of the 2000s. Released in 2008, the film appeared towards the end of George W. Bush's second term, at a point that U.S. Homeland Security was being eroded. America was embroiled in multiple conflicts in the Middle East, leading to images of wounded soldiers all over the news, and it too has only been 7 years since the 9/11 terrorist attacks. The threat from within, both physical and emotional, was very great at the time. The Joker explicitly preys on these fears, striking at the heart of Gotham and, by extension, America with acts of not only extreme violence, but randomness as well. The Joker has a plan, despite saying otherwise, but he strikes with no greater goal than to break Gotham's spirit. It operates with identifiable methods and therefore becomes totally unstoppable. This chaos is a constant trait of the Joker throughout his story, but it is his defining aspect in Nolan's version. However, he was an ordinary citizen before that. He is not simply a parallel to Al-Qaeda and 9/11s. And that creates something even more unsettling. The danger is within the house, within the city gates. We're not just afraid of what he can do, but how much of the Joker is within us.
And if you're new here, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this. Leave your like to help the channel more and more. A big hug and see you next time.